that intense battle. I believe it was round one, maybe, or it could have been, you know,
I'm pretty sure it was round one. Yeah.
yeah, it was round one, and we saw that Blaze versus Nick matchup, and it was such an insane game where Blaze was in the driver's seat, and Nick was in, you know, the back end, and he won that. But folks, we're gonna be getting into this one, and for this Cosexuals did not make it to the top four because Cosex decided to put himself in the 1v1s, but that's a story for another day, and a joke for another day as well too. We got Fluke versus Gizmo. How do you feel about this matchup, Sleepy?
Honestly, from seeing Floop's game play in the past, I think it's definitely going to be interesting for our standpoint, seeing Gizmo try to play around this. I'm surprised that Floob is actually playing in the first stock matchup, because we have Phil on anchor side. I honestly
Yeah.
expected Floob to be on anchor. That's what they did previously, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, I think when it comes to seeing who the best player is for the blue team, it's definitely been kind of Floob, and they've been opting to put Floob in that 1v1 tiebreaker spot. Just to see him here start off against Gizmo, it's a very interesting, you know, lineup. But whenever you put your strong player to start off, you're definitely looking for a lead, and that's what Floob is looking for here onto Gizmo. He gets a recovery, sends him up in the heavens right now. But Gizmo is saying, you know what? You're not going to be building such an easy lead against me. He goes down to his last, but he does get some nice damage. 107. Floob gets the first knockout. That's 107 damage done to his first stock right now. But he's already gotten one stock out of there, and he's looking to build up some more damage and potentially get out that second stock as well too from Gizmo.
You know, even though Floob is probably considered the best on that team, we see Gizmo actually just holding in, getting enough damage to get the stock off soon enough.
Yeah, I remember, you know, Gizmo, he's a clanmate, right? So I've seen him play in some crazy battles, and he's done some phenomenal work against some great players. I think when it comes to playing against high elo players, he feels very comfortable in those positions, and he feels very comfortable against any type of players, like you're seeing here right now. He's kind of the chameleon of the red team, and especially in the crew battle spot, he's definitely that kind of player where, you know, it's hard to predict, you know, if you can beat him or not, or if you could, or who to put against. So I like that the blue team, they're giving the red team so much respect where they have Floob in the first place spot to at least, you know, if he doesn't run away with a lead, at least they can get out Gizmo and maybe some damage onto Alex, perhaps, or Yomori.
One thing I've noticed, they put Seif in the anchor spot against Nick if it does come down to it. What are your thoughts about that?
I think that's actually crazy.
Oh wait,
Actually,
no, I'm saying it
no,
wrong.
Phil?
In the loading screen, it
Oh,
was in the loading screen. It was Seif for some reason, actually.
oh, Phil in the anchoring spot is very interesting. I feel like Phil is also kind of the wild card coming in for the blue team. It's hard to say. I mean, that guy's been playing from gaming cafe. He's been going gaming cafe after gaming cafe to play the game. Like he doesn't have a PC, so he plays at a gaming cafe all the time. So like it's hard to really, you know, say, you know, how good he is. But in the last battle, we've seen him done wonders. But speaking of doing wonders, Fluke gets that nice side seat forward the last stock of Gizmo. And now we see Yomori or Alice here coming in. And she's coming in a fresh stock here, but she has to take out Floob's last stock here. 152 damage. I definitely think she can do it, but gotta lock in on this greatsword. You gotta lock in on this greatsword. And especially minimize the amount of damage that Floob is gonna do to you.
We've already seen Greatsword gameplay earlier in the series too, coming out from Hades earlier. Maybe Yomori can replicate some of that gameplay and get their team back in the run.
Most definitely, we see the first stock gone from Yomori. It's not looking too great. They're not having a great matchup against Floob here, but 152, not a bad spot. One good signature could potentially lead to a knockout. But you know, Floob, he's not happy with just only taking 3. He's looking to take a 4th one. So Yomori's definitely going to have to be careful. Gets another recovery, nothing more. Now goes over to the greatsword, their main weapon. But the recovery, and this is why you put Floob in the first spot. Because you get out one member, he can really continue that momentum like crazy. And now we're seeing here where Floob, still on his last stock, already down to the last player of Team #FreeMac. It's not looking too great right now, though. As, I mean, Nick, he did get only 54 damage done to him, but he's able to at least take out Flube. And now we see here Sif on to 7. I've never really seen him play 7. He's not really that kind of guy to be playing Cannon, but I'm not sure if this is some random pick that he's testing out. If this is one of his random ones picks. I know he plays a lot of Legends. He's more of a 2s guy, to be honest. He's been usually into 2v2s with Hane, but not sure kind of what's the deal here. But, right now at the moment, we're seeing that he's not doing too bad against Nick. He's at least going even with him. He's working with the lead that Flube, you know, the 50-something damage lead that he got on Nick. He's definitely working with it, and you know, all of this right now is just extra credit coming in from the blue team because they still have Phil in that anchoring spot, of course. But nice recovery, Nick.
I mean, but the player Nick is, you know, we know he's meant. He's known for like the clutching moments, you know, against the Blaze, against well, any of his past matchups. If he didn't win it, it was at least close, you know.
Yeah.
4 stock definitely will be difficult to take, but on a legend like Lucian, high defense and low attack, we know Nick, he can definitely string. We've seen it before.
Yeah.
It's possible, but it definitely will be a lot of work.
Yeah, most definitely. And this is even giving me flashbacks from an in-out tournament that we had where it was Sif and Nick in the grand final spot, and Nick did win against Sif in the grand final spot. So Nick can definitely at least take out this stock here from Sif and could even go down to Phil here perhaps, but it all depends in terms of how Nick plays this one out here. It seems like Sif is going really toe-to-toe with him. The recovery for the 7 defense is going to come into clutch here. Doesn't lead to the knockout, but that down 6 surely will. That's the first stock gone there from Sif, but still, he has another stock locked in the chamber. Now that we're seeing here, Sif gets the recovery, leads to the knockout. Last stock situation. He has to 3-stock the blue team right now. Definitely a tall task ahead, but if it's anybody to clutch it up, it's going to be the clutch king. The GOAT, Nick. But can he do it? Can he do it, folks? Still, once again, 3 stocks to 1. He has to play this picture perfect if he wants to walk away with the game 1 under his belt. Seems like the blue team, though, they're looking to clone this one out here, but they got the damage lead right now. This cannon is definitely being a little tricky for Nick to punish. He's not really finding too big of openings, just as to say that, though. He's able to get a nice string going. Didn't punish a GC though.
He's playing so patient.
Yeah, I mean, Sif is playing the long game for sure. He's not. He's saying, Phil, you can, you know, kick back in your gaming cafe chair. I got this one, but you know what? He goes out actually. He says, Phil, wake up, bro. Wake up. It's your turn. Get back in the game, bro. So now we're seeing this anchoring spot of Phil. You know, a kind of questioning position. We've never really seen Phil as that anchoring kind of guy, but he's been definitely, you know, in that second place spot. He's been opening out sometimes, but he can definitely clean up against Nick here. But does Nick find some sort of life here? Nope, cannot find anything right now. He eats the down stick, and just like that, game number 1 goes towards the blue team. And Sleepy, now we're seeing that, you know, the red team, they're down right now. It's 0-1 in the cruise.
Yeah, you know, I've played against Phil in ranked, right?
You did.
From what I've noticed playing against him, he's a really good player. He knows how to wait for your options to get burned. He knows how to catch dodges and jumps. He knows how to use his 6 really well. Just like we saw the D6 come out, catching Nick trying to recover back to stage. He's an all-around great player. He definitely knows how to play around other people's playstyles, regardless of if he's played against them or not. What I would love to see from the red team is seeing Nick, if it does come down to that 1v1 situation again, he has to somehow make Phil like play more aggressive or just faster. He gotta, you know,
definitely control the tempo.
Yeah.
No, I definitely see that, but you know what I'm not seeing here is I'm not seeing any lineup swaps, any sort of changes in legends or anything. They're running it back, and I'm worried now because we saw the performance of how Flube versus Yomori went. I mean, Flube was able, in their last stock, whatever health that they had left, when they got Yomori,
Gizmo was also pretty even with Flube throughout the matchup.
Yeah.
So maybe Gizmo could even take out Flube before we have a repeat of last game.
But I'm wondering why don't we put Nick against Flube first? Why don't we put the best team players first? You know, I feel like that would be more guaranteed than you bank on Gizmo trying to go And like now we're seeing that he's at a deficit right now. I mean, the blue team has momentum, but momentum is a huge thing. With that momentum, I mean, they can push that even further and channel that into this next game here, this game number 2, and run away with even a bigger lead. So that's why I'm wondering, why didn't we put Nick in the first place spot? You know, try to minimize the threat of Flube and then focus on the other players, perhaps. Maybe Gizmo could go in the anchoring spot against Phil. I feel like that would have been a better lineup, because now we're seeing the first strike goes towards Flube's favor, and then you look at the position where he's in 85 damage, he can definitely even potentially take the second stock.
I mean, but with players like Flube and Phil, it's kind of hard to predict, you know, who do good against who, because both of them are just so strong into just
anybody.
Their opponents in general.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, same thing could be said for Gizmo and Nick, but yeah, I'm wondering why we didn't have a lineup swap. I guess Gizmo was the one to make the call and be like, you know what, I can definitely take Flube. Just give me a second chance. And right now it seems like his second chance is being wasted, because he's on his last stock, 122, and it's 140 right now on the first stock of Flube. If Flube goes down to Yomori, I mean, Yomori might be cooked, because we saw them, I mean, in the little damage that they had onto Flube on the last stock, they absolutely, I mean, annihilated the 2 stocks from Yomori. And right now, Flube right now has no intentions of dropping this first. Gizmo, I mean, he's banking on living right now on the 20-something health that he has. One good hit from Flube is going to lead to the knockout. And it's such a scary spot right now. The Nair does connect. 201. The next move does lead to a knockout here, folks. D-Light, and now Sleepy, look at the spot. 6 stocks to 4. Yomori got, I mean, obliterated when they fought against Flube. What do you do now? I mean, I hope that Yomori locks in here and we don't have a repeat of what happened in that last game. And maybe they can clutch up against Flube. But, man, I mean, it's still 5 stocks to 4.
I mean, maybe Yomori could just pull off an amazing Great Sword String, you know, get some damage on, and take out that stock before he even reaches their last stock. We see the sides that come on and kill, so we have Flube on their last stock, but Yomori is already red in their first stock.
Yeah.
So it's not looking too good for them.
Not looking too great. I mean, Flube, once again, they have been unable to minimize the threat of Flube. And especially when it seems like they have been banking on the crew battles to win, because it seems like, I mean, they have really good heavy hitters. Usually we see Gizmo and Tio in the 2v2s. To see it not be, I mean, to see Gizmo in the 3s is very interesting indeed. Lots of signatures coming in from Flube. Gets the GC downstick, I believe. And it does lead to the knockout. And, you know, one thing even about this matchup, it's a huge deficit coming in from in Yomori's favor. Because you're playing Aesop against, I mean, a greatsword legend of Jae-Yun. The bow against a greatsword is going to eat it up. But we're seeing Flube, he doesn't even need the greatsword. He's just doing it on the axe. He gets it there, but Yomori doesn't make it back onto stage. She's looking to build up some damage right now, but it's hard. Flube, once again, with the bow, just using these signatures to space them out. Big recovery. Catching the return. It's, I mean, they in the damage lead and the stock lead. This is not great for the red team right now. And Sigdo doesn't connect. Yomori eats the GC, eats the, what is that, a downstick? Yeah, eats the GC downstick. And once again, we've failed to rectify history. History repeats itself again. And it's 4 stocks to 2. Sleepy, how do you feel about this, man?
Man, it's definitely a rough spot to be in if you're Nick. Like, we've seen this last game. Nick got to Phil and just couldn't take out a stock. Maybe things can change against Seif if they don't take as much damage, because now we see Nick with 2 stocks instead of 1 against Seif.
I mean, the one thing we talk about momentum being carried over from the last game, but another thing that carries over is the way that a person plays, you know, the knowledge that you get from that interaction. I mean, in a set like this where it's a best of 3, nice stick special, does he get the knockout onto Seif? Oh, D-Light into recovery. He kind of saves him there, but he's able to still manage weapons, still control the weapons a little bit.
Man,
nice
Nick
side stick.
only took a single point of damage against Seif so far.
Yeah, this is great. This is
and
great.
This is what I mean. Nick is such a strong player when it comes to having to play in these tough positions. I'm sure they're used to it after all of these battles so far, but if I were on this team and I was in the position and I was like, hey, we need to bring this back somehow, Nick is the person I'd look up to do that. And he's showing exactly why right now against Seif.
He definitely has to make quick work of Steve and definitely hold his second stock here strong. Because if he doesn't, I mean, Phil is just going to have an easier time going into him. But we're seeing right now he's looking to take out this last stock here from Steve. 148 GC side tick. That's going to be a huge punisher from Steve. Double deal out into this air. Going for the ground pound. Was hoping it was going to connect. But Nick uses his options wisely. He immediately goes for a down stick. But Steve isn't there. Steve isn't home. He gets a deal out into this air. Huge damage though. If he gets out of the stock, will be even better. Coming in from Phil there. Nice here. Nick right now looking for something to connect and lead to the knockout. But still, once again, you got to take into consideration 7's defense. He's going to let Steve probably live a signature or two, but the recovery, I mean, not the recovery, sorry, the haymaker does connect with the salt taunt as well. Playing the mind game, saying, we're up right now in the cruise. We won 1-0, and all we need is this one game, and we're looking to take it here. Nick is down to his last. He has to 3-stock once again. Seeing a lot of support coming in from chat. They're saying Nick's win these. A lot of people are banking on Nick. I mean, the one to clutch it up, he's been... I mean, if we had to give awards to the person to do the most insane clutch, it's definitely Nick. Nick, that first game we mentioned against Infernus Conceptuals, against Blaze, we thought that Infernus Conceptuals would have gotten the win. But somehow, #FreeMac was able to clutch it up because of Nick. And Nick is showing right now, he's on his last, but he has to take out 2. He has to play the long game. He has to, like we mentioned at the start, he has to control the tempo and be in the driver's seat. And that's not what he's doing right now. Phil's the one to kind of really control the tempo. He's playing for the middle stage and he's getting it right now. Nick needs to take more control of this last interaction here. Otherwise, he's going to fall short.
And we've seen the damage just rack up on Nick's last stock. This is not a position you want to be in if you're Nick. Especially with a legend like Dusk. Fast SIGs, they hit hard, you know? Lots of range too. But we see the sights that come out, and now Nick is on final stock with Phil. This is definitely doable. We've seen him in this position before.
Yep. If it's any moment to clutch up, it's definitely now, Nick. Nick is going to have to play this one very well, though. Phil does pick up the orb. He goes to work immediately. 143 damage. No damage done right now. Punishes a down stick with a nice dare. Double nair. Looking for some unarmed damage. Another nair does connect into the Katars. Wait. He didn't really get full potential in a string with the dodge there. Okay, hold up. Going for the side stick. I heard the side stick was coming up, but a nice punish. Nick trying to scrape any damage right now. 110. 158.
Trying to catch a D-Sig off the side for the Gimp, maybe?
Oh, hold up, hold up. It's even. 150. He's back in it.
Recovery comes out, and that will be the stop.
Man, and what a way. He shuts him down. He says, no, no, no. Nick, you had a roll. But guess what? We're going to be taking the crew battles 1-0 in dwerking Jackrabbits' favor. And now, what do you do if you're the blue team? I mean, what do you do if the red team, sorry? You're put in a spot where you lost the crew battles, where I believe majority of your players you banked on in the cruise, they played in the cruise, they lost in the cruise in a 2-0 fashion. What do you do now?
Last time we seen Sif and Hayne play together, you know, they were able to play super well together as if they played before.
Yeah.
You know, they had the follow-ups, the team combos, they had the punishes. But Tio and Gizmo, they're an actual team. Who knows? They may have their own team combos, their own follow-ups, their own, you know, gameplay ready for these two. Yeah,
that's what I'm wondering as well too. But I definitely think when it comes between synergy, Sif and Hayne, they do play a lot of 2s, but separately, right, with their own teammates. Tio and Gizmo, they don't play a lot of 2s, but whenever they do, they play with each other. So it's like you have, you know, you got both ends of the spectrum. You got two opposite type teams.
Right.
You know, people that play
it's
2s.
Like,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. It's just like the situation with the Sif and Hayne, you know. I'm a 2s player, Winter's a 2s player. We don't play together, but we still do good. So it's definitely possible for Hayne and Sif, but again, Tio and Gizmo, they always play together. So they know each other's play style, they know each other's game plans and whatnot when it comes to, you know. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how these two teams clash.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think if the red team is coming into this one, they don't have to prioritize getting team combos. It's definitely opting for the 2 separate 1v1s and targeting off someone. And it seems like the target is set. If they can get out Sif early and push for the early 2v1 against Hayne, that would be fantastic for them. And I definitely think it's a potential in where they can win this game #1. And it seems like that's what they're shaping up for right now. Blue team, on the other hand, They got their sights on taking out Gizmo. We got some team combos coming in though from Tio, but he drops the D-Lights here. I mean, once again, you see people that play twos with each other, but they don't have good, they just don't naturally play twos a lot. I mean, that would have been a perfect D-Lights here coming in from Tio. Gizmo could have followed up to a massive GC side stick or something on the VV. Or something of sorts, and you know, that would have been huge damage, could have led to a knockout, but they dropped the combo. And now we're seeing, I mean, everybody's on their second stocks. Caster's Curse, Sif going down to his last right now. Hayne may be soon here to follow, but he's gonna take out Gizmo first before he falls.
Or is Gizmo taking out Hayne? Also on his last stock, getting taken off the right side by Tio. And red team right now is in the lead, 3 stocks to 2. Got a team combo on Tio, but it gets interrupted by Gizmo.
Yeah. That's great interruption coming there from Gizmo, but now we're seeing, I mean, Hayne looking to go to work to try to build up any damage on this last stock of Gizmo. They're pushing for an early 2v1 against Tio. If they can get out Tio's stock and then focus on getting a combo onto Gizmo, there we go. Oh, but both of them went for the startup. So miscommunication from both.
Oh, and there's the D-Light recovery from Sif, and now Tio's in the 2v1.
Yeah. And once again, now Tio's in the hot seat, but he's the least damage on the field. He's 46 damage compared that to the 80. I mean, both of them on triple digits right now. Well, once again, we mentioned, I mean, these two players, they play a lot of twos with each other. Well, not with each other. They play a lot of twos separately. They can definitely get some combo going for sure. I would not put it past the blue team to clutch this one up, but I would not put it past Tio as well, too, to win this one.
Tio getting these separate combos off on you, separating them from the middle.
Yeah. He's definitely kind of spacing them apart. They're not able. He's grouping them up, and that's what you got to do. The side charge with the dare.
It was so winnable for Tio, but Sif gets the dare and knocks out. But you got to think, with Tio dropping nearly 800 damage and nearly winning the 1v2 like that, blue team, what's their game plan on not letting that happen again?
Yeah.
Like, do they take out Tio first? Do they focus on Gizmo so they don't get any combo started? Like, what's the plan? They won the round, but it was way too close for comfort.
It was way too close for comfort. I mean, it came down to legit a last stock situation between both Sif and Tio. But once again, like you mentioned, who do they target between, you know, the red team here? And most importantly, I mean, the questions now lie for the red team because they lost the crew battles. They're right now, I mean, they're down, you know, 0-1 right now. So I'm wondering, I mean, this is looking like, honestly, like a repeat from the winners finals where, you know, Team #free Mac now, they're put in a spot where they're banking on the twos, but they're not, I mean, we're not seeing a too great of a start for them in this game, number one. But you know what? That's why we got a best of 5, folks, to really see the potential from both of these guys, from both of these teams, and to see, you know, what they can do here. We're seeing just some nice little 1-2s coming in from the red team. And the one thing I would like to say that the red team does great is separate the blue team quite a bit. Even coming down to the end there, you see how Tio was kind of even grouping them up. He wasn't allowing them to get, you know, he wasn't allowing them to sandwich him and really to get that ending team combo. But, I mean, the last interaction, man, it came down to was crazy. We're seeing Hayne, though.
Yeah. And we're seeing the difference between a team that plays together versus a team that does play twos but not together, right?
Yeah.
Just now, we saw Hayne nearly gimp Tio off the side, but Gizmo comes in with the D-Sig and interrupts it. They play together so well, you know, protect each other and try to get off so many follow-ups and punishes for each other. Something that I think Hayne and Sif has to also try to do.
Yeah.
Like, we saw them come close to getting team combos, but it's like it drops or it's interrupted, you know?
Yeah.
Not seeing that happen for the opposite.
Yeah. And, you know, I've seen Gizmo and Tio, they've played, you know, some in-house 2v2 clan battles here and there, and they have some great spacing between each other. Like you see right now, I mean, they're respecting space. They're playing around each other. They're trying to cover both edges of the stage, both ends of the stage right now. But the blue team, they're still trying to find an opening to get some sort of team combo going. But it's really even, Sleepy. It's really even right now. It's anybody's game for sure, but Gizmo falls. Sif gets a knockout.
Yeah, honestly, I think this is the most even this this 2v2 could have been between the two teams.
Charging the side stick, does hit Hayne instead. Sif right now on the ropes. Has to hold his stock, and once again, Tio is the stock tank for the red team, similar to the last game here. But Gizmo is holding his ground here really strong. He's really creating a presence in this game number 2 and the difference maker in this game number 2 as well. Nice and light set up into recovery. Nice. Little 1-2. We love that. Nothing too fancy. You don't gotta go for no D-light stare or anything. Simple recovery. Takes the stock. And now it's 2 stocks to 3. Oh, N-Sig. Going for the dare.
Pain
Gizmo.
is at the bottom. She tries
gone.
to go for the...
Oh, did he stuff it?
Yeah, I think the weapon throw from Tio.
Yeah, I'm not sure what quite happened there, but all I know is Hane is gone. And Seif right now left in the 2v1 spot. The red team looking to take this one, but hold up. Seif takes out Tio. Can he get out Gizmo in the meantime, though? Nope, Tio does make it back. Big side stick does connect and leads to the knockout with the taunt. Tio says, let's go to game number 3, folks. We're still in this one. Don't count us out just as yet. And look at the damage. You're definitely seeing more damage done from Gizmo. 459 compared to how much did he drop the first game? I think it was like 300, 200.
775. Wait, who? Are you talking about?
Gizmo.
Oh yeah, it was lower than the average.
Yeah, for sure. So now we're seeing, I mean,
Legend swaps
here coming in from the blue team. We're seeing the Finn and the Undertaker, that Thor crossover, and the Jala crossover. Definitely high levels as well too. Level 63, level 77.
These are pretty normal for the two.
All right, we're getting into game number 3 of the Elimination Semi-Finals. The winner of this fight's Team Mac coming up next. But we might have a quick one here, folks. If the red team doesn't lock in and take this game here, and potentially take this whole entire set, because once again, I remember the crew battles went to the blue team's favor. They're playing with momentum right now. The red team, they're playing on the back end. They gotta win the 2s in order to push it to the 1v1 tiebreaker, where we would see, I believe, Nick and Flu. But Seif right now, you're seeing the blue team, they're building some nice damage onto Tio. 135.
He's going off with the hammer right now.
Yeah.
And he gets the shot off the side, and it's both stocks
God.
gone from the red team.
Yeah, the stare to connect on Gizmo, and I think that GC side stick was enough to take out Tio. Not GC side stick, sorry. Side stick, normal side stick. From Hane, it was enough to take out Tio. We're seeing both of the red team members go down to their second. But blue team members, you know, they're holding their first really strong. And it's crazy. I mean, the low defense member of the blue team is the one to be the stock tank right now. We're seeing that C falls, hold up. Nice. D-Light here into GC side stick, huge. They're going for another.
Oh, but he doesn't get the GC side light. He goes for the Sair.
Yeah. Definitely a little misplay coming in from Tio. You know, I think they're still labbing that combo, for sure.
Then you look at the damage. Compared to the first few minutes of the game, Seif is on his second stock, but nearly he's closing out on it if they get a little bit more damage on him.
Yeah, but once again, I mean, you look at this right now. The red team, 149, 126. Tio might be gone here soon.
And as you say that, the Sair comes out from Seif, and that stock is gone.
Yeah. All
But
right.
if you're the red team, your plan would just get Seif out, right? We see the team combo coming out, but Seif interrupts it.
Seeing red team right now, they're trying to really take out this stock here from Seif. They're also trying to build up any damage on the hand as well to create this to be as even as can be. Nice. Gets this here, it leads to the knockout. That's 3 stocks going towards Gizmo's favor. Charging the down stick. It does connect and it leads to the knockout. The last hit connects. And the red team is up actually. But the blue team started off this game with so much momentum right off the rip. The red team is able to kind of, you know, create this one a little bit more even. But once again, that's only if Gizmo can hold his stock, this second stock for, you know, a long time. Enough to create a difference right now. Because it's going down to last stock situations from everyone. Where Tio is the most damage on the field. 129. It might be soon to be out of here soon.
And Seif goes for the recovery and gets Tio out of here. Now Gizmo's in a 1v2.
Yeah,
but you see the damage numbers on the blue team. This is very similar to when Tio was in the 1v2.
Yeah.
Maybe Gizmo can also do what Tio came close to doing.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that Tio did was really to group them up, and you're seeing that the blue team, they're playing apart for sure, but Gizmo has no problem in focusing one by one. He gets the side to go on to Seif right now, combo coming in to GC NSYNC. You know, a little bit of nice damage, nothing too big though. Big Seer comes out. Seeing Hayden, probably looking for a signature perhaps. Down Sync, going for the GC side to make it back. Was looking for the
Seer
GC.
comes out and he has no options.
Don't think Hayden... Yeah, I don't think Gizmo can make it back, and just like that, game number 3, I believe, does go towards the blue team's favor. And just like that, they put the red team on match point in a game mode that the red team needs to win. Is this going to be the top 4 of 2-0s? Is that what we're going to be seeing? I wonder.
2-0 after 2-0? Is it going to be one of those?
That would be insane.
I mean, but these games are just really close, so it can really go either way. It's still possible for the red team, right?
It's definitely possible.
We've seen both Tio and Gizmo come close to winning the 1v2, but they just can't close it out.
Yeah. We definitely have to see more synergy, at least from the red team, or at least try to separate the blue. I mean, they've been doing a great job in this separating the blue team. We're not seeing any big combos or anything from them, but somehow, man, they're getting away with the lead, and it seems like they're even good in the 1v1s, the separate 1v1s as well, too.
We're entering game 4. No Legends mobs, and we're back on Demon Island.
Yep. And this is a game to count here, folks. If the red team wins this, we're going to game 5 in the 2s. If the blue team wins this, we're going to, the next battle, which is the blue team versus Team Mac. Team dwerking's Jackrabbits versus Team Mac.
Early in the match, we're seeing Tio just control this stage with this lance, and Hayne is gone already with a ground pound. Look at this damage difference already.
Yeah, this is definitely a way change of pace coming in from the red team. Tio is really taking control of this 2v2's game. And man, they already got so much damage. They got the stock out of Hayne, and they're looking to take even the first stock out of Seif here, but they still gotta get some more damage onto him. 113 right now on Tio. Tio is holding this first stock here. Very strong recovery. Not enough to take out Seif off the top. Big side sig. Look at the damage onto Hayne as well, too. They're definitely they're targeting Hayne way more. And I think even at the start, you definitely saw at the start of the last game, it was Seif was the one to be targeted. And Hayne was the stock tank for the team. So it seems like they definitely swapped targets into focusing Hayne a little bit more. Try to take out Hayne early, and then perhaps to get that early 2v1 against Seif, perhaps. Oh, combo here. Nice. Seer into down sig. Little 1-2. Great stuff from the red team.
Yeah, we're just seeing Tio and Gizmo control the middle of the stage so well, not letting Seif or Hayne get any type of stage control, nor even touch the stage. On the first few stocks, Tio was just going crazy with the lance, with the sidelight dares, the Sares, just making sure they don't come back and have a chance to do any damage.
Well, now we're seeing...
we look at the numbers.
Yeah. Now we're seeing numbers. He's a stock tank for his team. 119. He's going to have to try to hold the second stock for as long as he can and really try to see if he can get out Gizmo. I feel like that would be the huge difference maker coming into this one. Just as I said that, though, Gizmo falls down to his last. Now you're in a spot.
Tio... I was gonna say, you see Tio barely touch, but Seif almost gets the gimp on Tio, but he makes it back.
No friendly fire there coming in from the right team. Not really like to see this deep into the set right now. But you know what, Seif, he's holding his stock here very strong, going for the NSYNC there. Tio doesn't connect with it. NSYNC from Seif doesn't come out. You see, look how long Hayne has been surviving on this last, and he hasn't been racking, the red team hasn't been racking up a lot of damage on to Hayne's last stock here. It seems like they're really hard targeting Seif. The side stick does come out, and there we go. Seif goes down to his last right now. Sidelight, nothing more. Good follow-up. Okay, they get the pogo. Do they get him out?
Tio gets the ground pound, but Seif goes for the save.
What a save. And Hayne makes it back just off of that.
Side stick.
And the plan has been fulfilled. But can the red team now lock in?
Seif in the 2v1.
Can the red team lock in and close it out? It's still winnable here for Seif. If he gets out Gizmo, he gets a 1v1 against Tio. But still, man, that's looking rough. Look at the blue. Look at the red
Gizmo
team.
just letting me share his rib, keeping
bad
Seif
dodge.
off of the stage, and that will be game number 4.
Yes, sir. Game number 4. 2-2. The red team are still in this one and break going into the game 5 with momentum. And now how do you answer back if you're the blue team? Definitely, you saw a lot of targeting coming in from the red team onto Hayne. They definitely wanted to single out Hayne, get him out early, and you know, try to focus Seif down to that 2v1 spot. It worked out huge, and you know, you kind of had Hayne just running back and forth, just trying to find some sort of opening as he's on his last stock, 50-something damage. So I'm wondering now, are we going to be seeing the same... Are we going to be seeing the same stuff coming in from the red team, the same game plan? Or are we going to be seeing, you know, a different game plan, perhaps to throw off the blue team a little bit?
If I were a blue team there, man, the way Tio just absolutely controlled and handled that game, I'd be so worried about getting them out first, you know? Gizmo had to sit back. They were early on their last stock, had to survive. Tio was just running away with everything, you know?
Yeah. But the lances, I mean, when he goes swinging with the lance, he racks up so much damage. It's crazy. And I think really the start of that last game, that game number 4, was why the red team took that game under their belts. And in order for them to take this game number 5, we need to see a similar performance coming in from them. And we're seeing that right now. They're already starting to target Hayne. Look at this. 107 damage. And they just got some damage on the TO. Like, the game plan is set out here. The blue team, they're not looking like they got the adaptation quite well just as yet. But
yeah, we're seeing the damage. Seif is 156 and Hayne is 130, 150, and Seif is gone. And now you're the blue team. What do you do against this? They're just, they're handling them right now.
Yeah, most definitely. We're not seeing like any sort of synergy coming in from them. I definitely think they gotta work together, man. I mean, this is a 2's game mode. This is not 2 separate 1v1s. The way Tio and Gizmo are playing it, they're playing it like 2 separate 1v1s with some team combos here and there. But man, I mean, the blue team, we're not seeing any big combos from them, any big back and forths. But man, I mean, this team of Gizmo and Tio Shell are providing. It's such a struggle for them at this point. And to be struggling in the game 5 spot, it's not great.
One thing I'm noticing that I really like too, whenever they run to try and do damage on Gizmo, Tio makes sure he's over there to protect Gizmo, you know? Right. He's on the Vivi, so he doesn't have much to work with in terms of defense. Yeah. Tio has the lens. He can easily just separate anybody.
Yeah, for sure. We're seeing Tio here, the first to fall for the red team. Gizmo right now still on his first stock, 211 right now. Seif on the other hand, with the hammer in hand, looking to rack up some damage on the Tio. It seems like they've been targeting. They swapped the targets over to Tio. Nice little combo, but Hayne gets the interrupt on Gizmo. Look at this right now. They're not even opting to take out Gizmo right now, but there we go finally. Nice Z-line to ground pound does lead to the knockout. It's still pretty even across the board. I think this is... Wait, actually, hold up. I didn't see Hayne on this last. My fault. Yeah, it's looking like the red team is running away with this one. I can't lie.
Yeah, Seif's second stock, deep red. Anything will kill him at this point, probably.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, right now, big Downsy comes out. Seif 177. He's looking to take out. They're looking to take out Tio though. Can they get him out though? Can they get him out? Ooh, drops the Sair. And Light comes out. Wait, takes out Seif instead with the GC side stick, I believe. That's a huge knockout there.
Team Red both still on their second stock, I say, as Tio loses his, but Gizmo 134 still in his second stock.
He rushed in there. That's bad.
Caster's Curse.
There we go. Nice. All right, last stock situation. The blue team, they're not that far away just as yet. They gotta play their cards right though. If they want to close this out into a...
Oh no,
that's huge. That's huge. That's why.
The ground pound, the double ground pound.
Oh my!
Tio brings it back in the closest.
Yeah, that's
reverse. Was that a reverse 3?
I don't.
Well, no, they were going game for game.
Yeah, they were going game for game. But man, I mean, still, what a performance, man. Gizmo and Tio clutched it out for their team, and now we got the 1v1 spot. We didn't see, like Sleepy mentioned, we did not see how this played out. We did not see how this, how this potential 1v1s could be in this 1v1 tiebreaker. It's a best of 5 here in the ones, because they were both on the opposite scales. Nick was anchoring for his team always, and Floob was starting off for his team. We did see one chance where Floob, I mean, he ran the gauntlet. He ran through, who was it? Gizmo. He ran through Gizmo. He ran through Yamori. And then he got to Nick, but Nick was just able to clean him off really easily because he was so damaged. But now we're in a fresh ones where, I mean, Flube, he's over onto the Amethyst. I've never really seen him on the Amethyst, but we know he has the axe from the Ace-Off, of course. And we know Nick, man. He's not going to be on anything except Lucian. Like, he's always going to be on Lucian until, you know, the end of time. But Flube right now, 161. Nick right now in the driver's seat.
Disha comes out and cleans up the Flube stock. Man, we're seeing Nick kind of just control this game right now, you know? Flube, they have damage, you know, 112, but Nick, being the player he is, all it takes is just a couple of dodge reads, you know, a few strings, and you're basically back in the same position you were just in before your stock was taken. So if you're Flube, what's your game plan to just mess with Nick, you know, get in his head, try to mess up his pacing, his gameplay?
Yeah, I think what Flube is doing right now, I mean, he's not on his conventional pick, but he's definitely testing out picks, and that's what you can do in a best of 5. You know, you can definitely throw 1 or 2 games, you know, test out a pick, see how these weapons do, and then potentially, you know, game 2 you lock in. And it seems like that's the game plan coming in from Flube here. He's not taking this game too seriously as he's locked in on the Amethyst. He's really trying his luck. He's testing the waters, so to say, because he didn't get a chance to do so in the crew battles. But we're seeing here, I mean, he's testing waters, but Nick right now, I mean, he's
trying to get a download on Nick for the future.
Yeah, Nick is getting an absolute. Nick is running away with this game for sure. Big Rock Harvey does connect the Flube.
In a 1-1 situation, do you really think that's a smart idea? We know how Nick plays, you know, we've seen him come back from wonders. Is this really the person you think you want to test stuff out on like this? Especially with this being like elimination.
Yeah.
Elimination.
This is elimination.
Right?
I mean, this is make it or break it. If either of these teams don't win it here, I mean, they're going to be out of today's tournament. And we saw, I mean, Flube came in. Both of these guys were in the pre-show with you, Sleepy. Both of them were in the pre-show, and Flube had a lot of confidence coming into this one. They're saying they're going to get, you know, top 2. And they're not going for second. They're going for first. So everyone had confidence coming to this one, but we're seeing here, I mean, Flube getting back to the action. He gets a side sig.
Where that Nick was going to be the loser, right?
Yeah.
We're seeing here, Flube is on the losing side so far with 1 stock deep red, while Nick is just on their last stock.
Yeah, fresh.
White.
Yeah. But now we're seeing, I mean, we saw some signs of life there coming in to the latter part of the last stock. They're coming in from Flube. Can he play this one picture perfect here? We're seeing Nick. I mean, he's not over onto his conventional, you know, guitars, but he has blasters for sure. He can definitely get the knockout. He's looking for the Sarah. Doesn't connect. Nice GC Delight Sarah does lead to the knockout. Now it's game number 1. Going towards Nick's favor. 1-0 right now in the best of 5. And look at this right now. 637, 377. And that came down to a last stock interaction, by the way. I think Flube can definitely lock in, but a legend swap is definitely needed here.
Yeah, maybe we see the Azov come out like we've seen in the cruise, or maybe, you know, the Yumiko we know him for.
Yeah, I know him to play Yumiko, especially in 1, so I'm not sure what Flube is going to be going for, but I mean, time will tell here. Seems like we're going to have a Ragnar. Once again, testing waters? What?
I see it because, little insider information here. I was 1v1ing Flube last night, and they were on the, oh god, Ember. There we go. Flube was on the Ember, you know. They got the bow. We've seen them play bow, Yumiko, the Azoth. We've seen them play Axe, you know, from the Azoth. The guitars, I'm guessing they're getting it from the Ember pick.
Oh, legend swap.
Oh, but we have a legend swap.
Okay.
I mean, we've seen him play Brain in the past.
I've seen him play Brain once. Close to level 50 as well, too. And this one's going to be, I mean, it's going to have the axe, of course, from the Azot pick, but you're going to have Spear instead. You know, I'm not sure where he plays Spear from. I mean, Kai, I guess. He probably plays Kai. I don't know. But, the Brain, I mean, he has a level 49. Definitely has some experience on that, but let's see. I mean, we're going to have the axe, once again, like the Azot and the Zal, but I want to see how this Brain pick works here. Maybe it's a difference maker. Maybe you can go 1-on-1 against Nick here, but starting off with seeing Nick with a damage lead, 69 damage on the first stock of Flube. Flube right now, 45 onto Nick. His blasters, we're seeing Nick start off. I mean, he's definitely getting some nice damage onto him. Oh, he goes for the there, but he goes low. Nice weapon throw. Oh, GC deal like ground pound. Hold up. Was looking for another, but Nick didn't peek
And
quite high enough.
Reversal.
Oh my god, that's huge. Nick with the reversal indeed there, Sleepy, and it led to the knockout. That's a first stock gone there in this game number 2. I mean, Nick is riding momentum. His team just won 2s. He won game number 1. He's riding the momentum wave right now, and Floopy's going to have to be the one to stop this momentum. If he wants to go into the Elimination Finals to fight off against Team Mac, he needs to lock in right now, and that's what he does. He gets the end and it leads to the knockout. 33 damage right now on the second stock here of Floop. Floop looking to get some no, he isn't weapon serving. He lets Nick get the weapon. Oh, turn around. Oh, double. Goes for the triple. Doesn't connect. Nick does break through. Floop didn't walk away with, you know, being the better man in that interaction. Definitely, Nick got the upper hand there, and he's looking to push the lead even more. Looking for the exhausted big stare. Nick goes for the down stick with a wonderful dodge here from Floop. Floop right now still with the axe in hand. Gets in there, looking for another one. Doesn't connect with it. Free weapon, nobody's going for it. Down stick does connect. He chases him down, and this is a huge second stock to take. Nick right now with the guitars in hand. Floop on his last stock right now in this game number 2. Once again, man, you can't be testing waters.
This is looking like a lot like the last game too. You know, we got Nick on a fresh stock, Floob on their last stock. Nick just has to build up a little bit of damage, and that's almost basically just the game, right?
Yeah, no, 100%.
That'll be their next team just 2-0 in the ones.
Yeah.
And then he just needs one more match, and that's another 2-0 for the series.
What, 2-1?
Floob has to find a way around. Yeah, Floob has to find a way around getting.
And if there's any time to find, you know, a way around this, Lucian is definitely right now. It seems like he doesn't have the download quite as yet, but he has to try to see if he can bring this one back. At least tie this one up 1-1. You don't want to go match point already. You don't want to be put on match point this early in the set, because then you will have to reverse 3-0 against Nick.
But man, Nick is just playing so well right now. Just getting all of these dodge reads, getting all of these combos out, the recoveries, the snares off of the guitars. It's just Floop just can't handle
I think the back end of that down stick did connect. Another one coming out. Floop's gonna have to, you know, wake up and smell the coffee, man, because these down sticks, he's just letting it rip. Another one comes out, and that's 2-0. 2-0 right now in the 1v1s, folks. Floop, one game away to costing his team the victory. Like,
Floop has to figure something out here if he wants to put his.
He has to reverse 3-0. And, you know, okay, now we're seeing the A's out here lock in. Okay, now we're seeing it. So, I guess he's locked in on this now. But maybe, I mean, I'm wondering, is it a little bit too late to be bringing out the main pick now?
Man, I mean, it's definitely possible to bring it back. We've seen Tio and Gizmo do it for Nick. But, hey, it's 2-0 right now. You know, Nick, he just needs one more game. If Floop doesn't get the download now, this could just be it for his team.
I feel like the one thing as well too that Floop, if we're comparing Floop and Nick, right? Floop's that type of player that has so many picks he can play from. I mean, every game so far he's been on a new legend. We saw the Zo, we saw the Bryn. Now we're seeing the Azok coming in from him. Next game could be the Yumiko. Next game could be the Diana. When you look at Nick, he's on this Lucian 24/7. Floop can get a proper download onto him. He can spend all of these games, get a download onto him in this game number 3, and just completely lock in a reverse 3-0. That's the plus side of Floop. He has so many picks. Nick can't really get a full download onto him. He can get somewhat of a download, but in terms of legend-wise, he can't, because Floop can always throw Nick off his game. And that's what Floop has been banking on. But right now, we're seeing that Nick, despite all these legend swaps, he's gotten some sort of download onto him. 136, he's in the lead right now, Sleepy. And it's not looking great in this game number 3 to start off for Floop.
Yeah, and, you know, we see Nick just dance around Floop with the guitars right now. Floop really needs to get his head in the game, get something going. You know, we've seen him play the axe, you know, rely on the axe a lot in the cruise. If he could pick that up and just get the stock out and maybe get a bunch of damage on Nick on his second, he has a chance, possibly.
No, 100%. I mean, look at this right now. It's neck and neck for sure. Floop has done a great job in order to kind of bring this back and really to control the tempo of this game. He's kind of forcing Nick to play his game, to play at his pace, and Nick right now is not in a very comfortable spot. I can't believe that Nair just dropped on live on stream. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was that was kind of insane.
That was insane. What the hell? But nice, Endlight does come out, and now this is looking like a way even game compared to those last 2 games where we saw what Nick was the one in the driver's seat. Now we're seeing Flube trying to really take control and take control of this game and control the pace of this game as well too. And he's doing a great job into controlling stage as well with this bow. Nick right now still keeping this neck and neck though, 78 damage to 54.
And now we're seeing, you know, Flube get damage out on Nick. He has the lead right now. This is what he should have been doing for the past 2 games, you know? Let's see if he can continue this damage momentum and gameplay momentum. And maybe Flube has finally gotten the download on Nick here.
Yep. Once again, I mentioned, I mean, those last 2 games that we saw where he was testing the waters, testing the picks out, seeing, you know, what works, what doesn't. You know, it definitely gave him some great insight, and now we're starting to see a lot of improvement coming in from Flube coming in this game number 3 here. Alrighty.
Man, Flube, he's so fluid with the bow. He knows the weapon so well. We're seeing him getting these nairs and like the Sayers out, the D-lights.
Yeah.
How does a player like Nick have to adjust to this sudden switch, you know?
Yeah. No, for sure.
Because we're seeing it's a total just change. It's a total flip from the past 2 games. Flube is in the lead.
Yeah. I mean, the
Like,
similarities.
heavily now.
Nice down stick though. That's a huge down stick to lead to the knockout. And you know what? He's still in this one, 171 though, but he's gonna have to get a huge 0 to that on the Flube if he wants to take this one in a 3-0. But Flube does go by. He picks up the bow. He gets a nair off, builds up damage, 187 right now, looking for a signature perhaps. So no, he gets another nair. This next one should lead to a knockout.
Knockout with nair.
Yeah, he's definitely, I mean, he's fishing for these nair knockouts. Nick is gonna have to be careful when he's approaching. There we go. Approaches it differently. He definitely gets up some damage. 2-piece combo, looking for a 3rd, but doesn't get the 3rd move out there. Another 2-piece, nothing more. Flube right now struggling to get any damage.
I mean,
Really?
I'm gonna say if he has to find a way to knock out here. Nick is
Yeah, 219.
Bring
This
the
is not great.
oh.
Nice. That's huge. Good knockout there, and it leads to, you know, at least denies the 3-0. And now we're seeing, I mean, once again, going back with it, sticking with the Azot. Love to see it. But now I'm wondering, now we're seeing some consistency coming in from Flube. Does Nick take that knowledge, what he got from that game number 3, and apply that here in this game number 4? And bring this back in his favor? Once again, I mean, Flube's on match point. He did get that game, but you cannot just be like, oh, okay, yeah, we got that game. Hooray. No, you're going to have to step on the gas, keep stepping on the gas, because especially like a player like Nick who can clutch up, who can, you know, lock in these tense 1v1 spots, Flube's going to have to be on his A game coming into this game number 4. Well, alrighty, folks. We're going to be getting into this game number 4 here. And, you know, we mentioned the change of pace coming in from Flube. The first 2 games, I felt like Flube was conditioning him heavily to fight the Axe. I mean, we saw Axe Legends coming in. We saw the Zolt. We saw the Bryn coming in from him. Now that he's over on the Azot, we're not even getting to see the Axe. It's been mostly the bow. And this change of pace is what Sleepy was mentioning beforehand. That really was and is right now a struggle for Nick, because you're not seeing him, you know, really adjust to this bow. You're not seeing Flube utilize the Axe that Nick was accustomed to those past 2 games. And he's struggling right now against Flube. Sleepy, look at this
Nick
game
really,
number 4.
Yeah, Nick, he has to find a way to get around this bow if he wants to win it for his team. Like, we saw him do so well against the Axe in the past games, you know, the Bryn, the Zol. He had the download on that gameplay, but now with Flube bringing the bow out from the Azoth, he can't get in.
Yeah.
He's not doing as much damage. He's not getting like the reads as much. He's not able to just get in and get these combos out, these like strings and guitars. Flube is just playing so well around him with the bow, outspacing him, outpacing, you know?
You know, 100% right now. And Flube 195 on its first stock still, looking to get any extra credit right now. 30 damage, but Nick has to stop the bleeding somehow. Was looking for a Seer, I believe, off stage to lead to the knockout, but it doesn't get it. Still, once again, what's going to be the carrying option here coming in from Nick? Because Nick, I mean, he's bleeding right now. 92 damage, that's about 100 so far, almost done. But finally, the Seer does connect. It leads to the knockout, and Nick has the options of weapon. Going to be sticking on the guitars once again. But like I mentioned before in this set, man, like a player like Nick, you can get an easy download onto him. And once you get a download onto him, you can beat him. But a player like Flube, he's versatile. He knows what he has to do in order to win. Like, for example, that last game. He played so much bow. Now we're seeing, I mean, some signs of axe now. Now we're seeing some more bow gameplay coming in. He cleans up the stock. And once again, a position like game number 4, where he's up 2 stocks. Nick is down to his last. Flube has run away with the lead right now, Sleepy.
Nick just has to find some way to get this last stock out and just even it up before Flube runs away with the damage again like last game. He's throwing out the D6, you get a D6 to bring him off, but does Flube make it back? The ground pound hits. And Nick has a chance to even it up here. He's sticking with the guitars, you know, he's known for it. He definitely can get the damage out, but it's about if Flube just plays so fluidly and so, like, well with the bow here. We've been seeing the bow put in so much work against Nick. He's not able to just escape the strings, the nairs, the sares that Flube is throwing out.
You know, 100%. This bow has been such a difference maker for Flube here. It's been giving him, you know, such a lead. These signatures as well, too, has been very good for him. The side stick does connect, and we got a game 5 right now in the 1v1s. It's make it or break it. Both of these players have been selected by their teams in order to be the tiebreaker 1v1s. And now it all comes down to this. One team moves on. One team goes home. This is what matters. It all comes down to this one game. Nick, I hope he has a download on Flube. And I hope he knows what's to do coming into this game number 5. Because to be up 2-0, one game away, mind you, to walk away and go into Elimination Finals, send the dwerking jackrabbits home, they got to lock in. Team #FreeMac needs to lock in if they want to win this one. And same for the dwerking jackrabbits. Dwerking jackrabbits, they got momentum right now. So locking in for them is not an issue. But you know what? Let's see it. Let's get into this game number 5 here. Sleepy, I want to know your thoughts.
Yeah, man, we're seeing Flube, you know, he's going for the reverse 3-0 on Nick. He's playing so well against Nick now. He's definitely gotten that download. We've seen him struggle with his past legend picks, but the Azoth, he's just adapting, you know. He put on his Maharaga wheel. Nick, he has to go into that adrenaline he has, you know. We've seen it with Blaze. He has to find a way to just bring this back. He has to find the download on the bow. Yeah, for sure. He has to find a way, you know, past these signatures, because Flube right now, he's been spacing him out with these signatures, and Nick hasn't been getting anything right now because he always goes for that side six to create space, and then after that, he always has the follow-up when Nick approaches in. N-Sig does come out, and Flube leads to the knockout. The first stock of the game number 5 goes towards Flube's way, and just like that, Nick right now is playing on the back end. He was up 2-0. Flube on his way to reverse 3-0. Grim for Nick right now.
It's looking very grim. The damage is even. And the stocks, they tell a different story. Nick's gonna have to lock in. And you wanna know what?
Against Flube, honestly, with the stocks here.
You wanna know what? Sleepy, I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna light the fire even more. Team #FreeMac and dwerking jackrabbits, they obviously fought in the round robin. The dwerking jackrabbits lost against Team #FreeMac. So to be in top 4 here today, and for Flube to be performing like this against Nick in this 1v1 spot, it goes to show, man. I mean, this is just revenge. This is revenge that Flube is getting right now onto Nick. But Nick says, hold up, your revenge story, we're not here to hear that bullshit. Get out of here. Last stock situation. It's even.
And like we said, we see Nick in this position all the time, and he always succeeds. We've seen him do it on multiple occasions. Yeah. Maybe this right here, this is it. This is where he tells everyone, I am that 1v1 player. I will bring us to the finals. Yeah. We will win.
He's the snipes of their team. Legit, he's the snipes of their team.
We've been seeing Flube run away with this entire game, and now Nick, he's evened it up, but Flube has the damage on him, but you know, if he picks up the guitars, this can go either way.
Nice GC draw into the Sir. Okay, it's coming down to the wire, folks, but you're seeing the signatures are coming out from Flube. He knows he can, you know, abuse these signatures to his advantage. He's getting nairs out. Nothing more. Nice end line coming out from Nick. Big down sick connects, and it leads to the knockout. And Flube says, my revenge story is now. You're going home. You're taking the L here today. 2-1.